glad to hear. Drink a good deal of it, make a good meal of it, stick to your old-fashioned beer. Now don't be afraid of it, drink till you're made of it. Now all together a cheer.
And good evening once again, beer lovers. This is Mark McDermott, your one-take beer reviewer and the guy who writes about Chicago beer at Beeronaut.com. And yes, this is number 8 in my series of reviews of the Black is Beautiful collaboration started by Weathered Souls Brewing in San Antonio, Texas, intended to support justice and equality for people of color. And this is the 8th one, as I've said, that I've gotten from one of my Chicago area brewers. I'm starting to run out, and I have seen other people who've managed to do road trips to collect many more of them just in my region, which is kind of a little bit beyond my financial status, but some more may come in yet. I at least have one more in the fridge that I'll get to, and we'll just push along. This is the one that is made by Whiskey Hill Brewing Company in Westmont, Illinois, another town right next to mine. And this is a location that has been 3 different breweries. First it was Myths and Legends, and then I think they had to change their name to Urban Legends. Then it came under new ownership, and now it is Whiskey Hill, and this is the first time I visited it under that name. Also had a blonde ale there that was made with cannoli pasta, or not cannoli pasta, but cannoli shells. But anyway, let's get into this one. This is a 10%, 10.5% alcohol by volume Imperial Stout. Again, based on a single recipe provided by Weathered Souls that each brewer was free to play around with. And on this one, they said they put in some more flaked oats and also added 100 pounds of roasted hazelnuts. Now, to how big a batch they added 100 pounds, they didn't quite say. And then they put in a longer boil so that it will thicken just a little bit more. So that's starting to sound interesting. I've never been big on hazelnuts, but let's give this one a try. I wasn't big on coconut, but I found it pretty fun in some of the beers that have had it in there. And the recipient of the proceeds from this particular brewer is, again, the local group My Block, My Hood, My City. So that's the preliminaries out of the way. Let's pop the cap. Always a possibility I'll spray things all over the basement here, but I've been lucky so far. Yes, a pretty viscous pour so far. Not a lot of foamy action going on here. Well, no, there's a little bit of it picking up just around the edges. Very deep, dark brown foam that's just on the, as I said, on the edge. Yes, there is some roast nut to it. And it does seem like there's some coffee to it, although they said they did not say there was any coffee added to this, so just a basic roasty Imperial Stout. Very viscous, or vicious, whatever. Nice, thick, oily taste, which you can appreciate in some of the English Imperial Stouts especially. And certainly today, because the storms came through and then they left a lot of humidity here. It's not chilled down yet so far. But anyway, it's got some nice roast nuttiness to it. And yes, a little bit of coffee, probably from the roast grain. So the effect, thankfully, is not like the Mrs. Fields nut-flavored coffees. I'm pretty impressed. This is, again, rather different from any of the other Black is Beautiful recipes I've had so far. As I've said, a little oily and still pretty mellow and smooth. Besides the impression of coffee, there's not too much astringency again to the stout roast malts, and I think the extra oatmeal does help smooth it out a bit. So one more sip as I enjoy this. Yeah, again, nice nutty flavor, and I guess I've run out of things to say about it, but it is very tasty. Another one that you should be tracking down if you have another excuse to enjoy imperial stouts in what is still the summer. This is the Black is Beautiful collaboration, the version made by Whiskey Hill Brewing of Westmont, Illinois. And this is Mark, your one take beer reviewer, and the guy at Chicago Now. That's the Chicago Now. That's the portal at which I do beeronaut.com. Anyway, obviously it's time to enjoy some more beer and just say cheers.